Ray took this one.
Yeah. Oh, he did?
He took the phones. By the way, on this day, where's my godforsaken
Let's hire
paper?
an engineer. Why don't we just hire one? Like on Upwork.
On this day in 2014, Jay Leno hosted his final show.
Yeah, right.
His final show of The Tonight Show, but that was when he came back, right?
Jay Leno?
So he retired, and then they gave the
Came
job
back.
to Conan, and then he came right back, and then Conan got mad,
Right.
and everybody hated Jay Leno then.
Yeah, there was some stuff with Jay
Yeah.
Leno.
Anyway,
allegedly.
we like to play a TV theme when it's Radio Tinder time. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget about our sponsor, Tequila Mandala.
Brought to you by our friends at Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala. Award-winning small batch premium sippy tequila made from the finest mature agaves. Available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. Visit their website, tequilamandala.com, and demand the extraordinary with Tequila Mandala.
You know, Evan Cohen, you're busy hanging up on me. Why don't you figure out why we can't get the stream up?
Yeah.
I want to hear more about that.
Yeah, I know you do. Founded in the city of Downey, Tequila Mandala, not Evan Cohen. Just like me. Take it away. Producer Lindsay.
Hey, maybe we're getting attacked again.
From the Russians?
The Russians.
Yeah.
You think so?
That could be it. Yeah, because isn't the stream, it's probably related to like the phone, the internet, right? It's all linked.
I don't
Could
know.
be. Yeah, it's voice over IP.
Yeah.
I'll give you a voice
That
over IP.
dang VoIP. All right, so a day
good
after
block.
a historic ruling that could change collegiate sports by allowing NCAA athletes to unionize, Rick Pitino said he thinks that the sport needs a salary cap and a new hierarchy to thrive.
I agree with that.
Yeah, Pitino tweeted today that the major conferences in college basketball should join forces and create a salary cap of up to $2 million. He did not specify if that number would include NIL payments or funding directly from schools. So, obviously, you agree, Sedano. I was going to ask you guys to swipe left or swipe right if you agree, but you do. So if you want to expound on that, that'd be lovely.
Yeah, I'll swipe right, Linz. Yeah, look,
Expound if you would.
clearly, kids are getting paid, right? And I think the problem is, here's the challenge. So NIL is regulated by the states, right? And it perhaps needs to be more of a national thing. But I don't know if it should be a level playing field. I think there should be, I don't agree completely with Rick Pitino. I think there should be a salary floor for Power 5 schools, not a salary cap. Okay? That's what I think they should have. Because if you're a Power 5 school, you should be incentivized to have to compete. Because what some schools are at this point are just feeder schools. So you know what? Get off your ass, all right? Sell your school, all right? And make some money for those kids, okay? Like, not every school needs to be, if it's not like USC or, we were talking to Reggie Wayne, right? Miami or Florida State or, Notre Dame. Like, those schools have big donors, big money people. There are plenty of other schools in the Power 5 that can motivate their people to compete with the big boys. You don't always have to have the highest payroll to win. We've seen it in baseball where there's no salary cap. It doesn't mean that just because you have the highest payroll, you're going to win. Look at the Dodgers the last couple years.
But I think it's kind of a weird thing because, Power 5 is more of a football phrase. You know what I mean?
No, basketball too.
I know, but the thing is that there are a lot of conferences that are not considered Power 5 that are really good, especially at the top of their conferences. So like
you're like the Mountain West. You're
well,
saying.
like Mountain West is one example. I mean, they've got 3 teams that are probably all tournament teams, even without. I mean, they're probably all at large tournament teams
in basketball.
Right. What I'm getting at is this, though, is that like if you're a football team, if you're Penn State, you have this monster budget for college football. If you are Colorado State, not that they're a Power 5 school, you have a very minimal budget. In basketball, the thing that surprises me about the way you feel about it is that if you're Rick Pitino, you want to hold a cap, and yet, as a basketball coach at Kentucky or Louisville, you have made an absolute fortune.
Yeah.
I do think there needs to be some regulation somewhere around this.
There needs to be a national regulation to some extent.
Because
but that's part of the problem.
Well, that's just it. Is that NIL has gone wild and there is no regulation
right,
of any
but
kind.
I don't believe a cap because coaches aren't getting a cap. Oh, can we cap coaches' salaries then?
Yeah, and the thing about a minimum,
a
floor, that then the question is, can everybody truly compete?
Well, if you can't make the floor, then you're out of the Power 5.
You hear that?
Out.
You hear that? You hear that? You cheapskates?
You go to Terminal G5, Group of 5.
Oh, G5.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, but why would you want coaches to have a cap? Because I could be wrong, but in major league sports, they don't count like coaches' salaries.
No, I understand, but that's the point. Is that but the players were getting compensated there, whereas in college they weren't for a very long time.
I mean, imagine saying that the most a college basketball player could make is $2 million, but the coach can make $12 million, or $15 million, or whatever.
Right.
Like there's no cap on the coaches.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I mean, everybody's trying to come up with a solution. You know what I mean? That's really what it comes down to.
They should just have like a national governing board for NIL.
You know what the best solution was? What they did 20 years ago. Pay them under the table and nobody talk about it. That was the best. Because now, if I'm watching kids getting paid and we've got isn't it just like the NBA junior? It's just a minor league NBA.
Well, but that's
NFL
what. But
junior.
honestly, in a lot of other countries, that's what it is.
No,
You know
I
what I'm
get
saying?
it.
Like, if you go to like Spain, for example,
There's no more one shining moment now.
If you go to Spain, there was never
One
really
dull
shining-
moment?
Yeah. If you
Just
go
one
to
kinda
Spain,
dulled out
for
moment.
example.
No, back in the Duke days, it was one shining moment.
Oh, get out of here.
Oh, please.
Whether in Spain, whether it's soccer or even basketball, which Spain is like a very popular basketball country and has become one.
By the way, corporate Greg walking out as the phones are down.
Right. I know. Come on, Greg.
Oh,
do
he's turning
better.
around now. He's
do
turning around.
better.
What kind of
corporate Greg.
responsibility is that?
I mean,
what kind of
seriously.
accountability is that?
What kind of manager of audio operations leaves? What kind of manager of audio operations leaves when operations aren't
He's
managed?
leaving. This is like the movie Platoon, except he's leaving us.
Yeah.
Dude, come
It's
on.
not as extreme.
Now he's trying to call into the show.
Oh, he just gave you the finger.
Oh, that was on camera.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was.
that caught it
Yes,
over
it
there.
was.
Yeah.
If our cameras actually worked tonight and the stream was up,
Yeah.
people would see this.
Right. Are you going to go to HR because your feelings are hurt?
No.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, what the hell were we
You're a
talking
bad
about?
guy. I don't. It doesn't matter.
I'm a
Spain-
bad guy.
You're a bad guy.
Greg just left us in the wilderness.
In other countries,
Never leave a man down. He left the whole team down.
in other countries, they get kids early, okay, and they pay them. Luka Doncic was playing basketball in Spain when he was 14 years old.
Getting
for
paid.
God's sake.
And riding a horse topless.
No, that's Jokic.
Yeah, it's a different deal. He's actually
Sorry.
being pulled by a horse. Yeah.
Anyway, that is Radio Tinder. We're done
That's
because
it.
we're way
I
over.
want another
We're
one.
way over with what? We're not, who knows if we're
Right.
even on the air
Phones
right now?
don't work. YouTube doesn't work.
We can keep going.
Talk
if you
about
want.
minor
What do you
market.
want to do?
Come on.
You're in charge.
One
You are
more
in
Radio
charge.
Tinder
You are
question.
in
Go ahead,
charge.
Lindsay.
Don't even say what I think you're going to say. Okay? Do not say it. Go ahead. One more question. Why
All right, really quick. All right, so Richard Deitch of The Athletic talked to Tony Romo, Jim Nantz, and sideline reporter Tracy Wolfson ahead of the Super Bowl broadcast. One of the things he asked them about
Deitch.
was if at some point down the road they would be willing to talk about gambling information on the air if they were asked. And Tony Romo said that he thinks it's a slippery slope, and
really?
he said that he thinks that it kind of makes the game feel less pure doing that.
Stop.
Do you guys agree with Tony
I
Romo?
mean,
Swipe
no,
left or swipe
swipe
right?
left. Get out of here, Romo. Brent Musburger used to do it in the best way possible
How about
every game.
How about Al Michaels? Al Michaels does it long before gambling was considered okay.
For sure, but nobody did it like Brent back in the day.
You are looking live.
Where Brent used to be like, he would give you and that score means a little bit, or he would say, what was the phrase he used? That score means something to some out there, right? Like he'd give it to you. So we've been doing this forever in one way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? Like Romo, stop, enough.
Well, the whole thing about
he yaps too much.
No, but
Romo.
this is the issue. The issue is that guys like Romo went to the locker room every day, whether
saw
it was
the sign.
in college and in the NFL, and they saw the sign. It's very hard for them to get over the fact that the NFL has jumped in with both feet.
They're doing the Super Bowl in Las Vegas.
They have an NFL
Exactly.
team in Las Vegas.
Exactly.
They have they're moving a Major League Baseball team into Las Vegas. Hockey was the experiment in Las Vegas. The point is that Vegas is hosting a Super
Gary
Bowl.
Bettman actually should deserve a lot more credit than people give him.
Vegas has an NFL team. Vegas has a mega stadium. Vegas has the Super Bowl. And guess what else? For everything that I saw on 60 Minutes this past weekend, did you happen to see this piece on
I
60
did.
Minutes?
I saw
Oh,
because
it
did
was
you see
good.
one guy was going at me
Oh, yeah.
in the community?
I know. It's like, dude, I mean, listen, are there going to be more people that might get addicted to gambling? It's possible. Okay, because more people are probably doing it. Are more people going to get addicted to weed now that weed is legal? It's possible because more people have more access to it. You got to control it, man.
Restraint.
Yeah, but the issue was that Goodell especially, and they read one of the reporters who actually was there last night, while they did it odd timing to where a lot of the reporters
Well,
didn't
there
show
was
up.
invite only for the
Exactly.
reporters. for
Read the
his
quote
meeting.
from 10 years ago to him, and he just pretended like he didn't hear.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem, is Goodell was so against this.
Yeah.
And now, again, he's done an about face, but we all know why, so who cares?
I mean, when the owners of
He
NFL
also works
teams,
for the owners.
Right,
Exactly.
But when the owners were like, wait a second, why is everybody making money on gambling on football, but we, the owners of the teams, are not? We need to switch that and fix that. And then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, the owners are investors in all of these brands that are all about gambling.
Right.
That's when they decide, you know what? We're over it. It's okay. Players can't gamble, but everybody can gamble on our game as long as we're making money off of it.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
You know what? You're going to give Jim Nantz some flowers this weekend?
Who's going to give
He'd
Nance
give
flowers?
him. I know you don't like to give people flowers,
Right.
but you got to give Nance his
Well,
flowers.
I mean,
He's doing
you-
another Super Bowl.
You know I love Nance.
Well, I can tell you where you can get some flowers for him at Books.
Tell me.
And here's the deal: I get you 25% off. All you got to do is go to Books.com, BOUQS, short for bouquets, BOUQS.com. Put the promo code ESPN, something you should remember easily, and you get 25% off. All right?
Are you going to do it?
Am I going to do
send,
Books?
Yeah.
Send
I'm gonna
Nance
do it.
some flowers.
You're going to send Nance Books?
And Mom. I gotta send Mom flowers.
Mom for Valentine's
You know what?
Day.
I better do that.
Nance for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, I should do that. I should.
Exactly.
I mean, especially.
Don't end up in the doghouse, Cappy.
Well, especially the way he took care of me last year at the Final Four.
Right?
I mean, come on. I
You should send him some more stuff. You know what I mean? Not some freebie tequila mandala that you hocked off the rest of us. All right? It's beautiful stuff. It's delicious stuff. But you got it for free. You didn't even pay for it. At least pay for the Books. You get 25% off.
Yeah, but Tequila Mandala was very happy to see that Jim had Tequila Mandala.
I get it. But you, stop being a mooch.
You know what?
Mariucci.
I'm going to get somebody at Books to give it to me for free.
No, you
Yes.
get 25% off the entire purchase at the Books Company. Just put the promo code ESPN. Go to Books.com. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN, 25% off. Bam! Simple as that. Flowers are cut fresh from the best flower farms in the world. Buy with one click. All sorts of different roses, arrangements, different flower arrangements. You name it, they got it. Valentine's Day, February 14th, guys. I already placed my order, pick my delivery day. Don't believe it when your significant other says you don't have to get them anything. Nonsense. Be the hero. Go to Books.com. Use the promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Books.com. Promo code ESPN.
Because we're entertaining like crazy, we're going to play some commercials here for a few minutes. Then we're going to come back. In just like 2 minutes, Cappy's going to tell us about some of our friends. We do a little content. Then we're going to finish the commercials, okay? That's what we're going to do. Because we can do that. We have the talent inside of us.
Well, we've also been going like crazy, because we've been content crazy.
Content crazy. Yeah. Who could keep up with the content machine? Looney. Back in 2 minutes.
Join us on 710 ESPN all day on Thursday, February 8th, 2/8/24 for a celebration of legacy that will be unveiled in greatness forever. Mason and Ireland and Sedano and Cap will broadcast live from the balcony of the Nixo Lounge at the East Central Hotel. Join us in celebrating a day that will be remembered forever. Plus, we'll have a chance for you to win tickets to be in the building on Thursday night for a game that Los Angeles will never forget. Special thanks to our friends at Anheuser-Busch and Michelob Ultra for helping us celebrate a legend.
Really?
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah, I'm real scared.
And you're a bad guy.
Yeah. On this date in 2003, 50 Cent released his album, Get Rich or Die Trying, Jack.
Yeah. Come on, Fitty. Yeah. Oh, shake that ass. What?
What? Here's a great segue. Why don't you tell us about our friends at Abner Gap?
Oh, all right. So I want to tell you guys something. I told this story. My girlfriend, a.k.a. Rachel, she had a water heater leak in her house. Didn't even know it was happening, right? And the heater leaked all this water. And what happened is it went in through the walls and then it leaked into the pantry closet. And it did major damage to the flooring, to the walls, the whole thing, right? So she winds up calling her insurance company, and because she pays her homeowner's insurance every month like you're supposed to. And they come in and they say, well, this is how much we think we can give you. Now, she and I at this time, we don't know Avner Gatt. Okay. Had we known Avner Gatt, we'd have taken this insurance company for what they should have paid rather than what they did pay. And that's really what Avner Gatt does for you. If you have a leaky toilet and you don't even know about it, if you've got broken pipes and you have no idea, all of a sudden you open up an insurance claim with your homeowner's insurance and they don't want to pay you what it's going to take to fix the problem. So that's when Avner Gatt comes in and he starts taking control of the situation, because Avner Gatt negotiates on your behalf to make sure you get the best deal, not the insurance company. Because him and his company, they've been dealing with insurance companies for all these years. It's really all they do. They've got a 5-star review on Yelp, the Better Business Bureau, on Google, and ultimately it comes down to this. The insurance company is going to try and mess with you, but nobody messes with Avner Gatt and his team. You call Avner, he answers the phone. 818-917-5256. I mean, he answers the phone. 818-917-5256, or go to avnergatt.com. AVNERGAT. avnergatt.com. 818-917-5256. Avner's going to answer the call.
1 minute in front of 6 o'clock at KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. We got more fun for Frivolity as you sit in traffic. Is it still raining outside?
Careful, everybody.
Or is it held up?
Careful. Easy out there.
Does anybody know?
No, because we're stuck in here.
Okay.
But I'll go look.
The roads are still wet, so be careful. Keep both hands on the wheel, okay? Don't let that right hand dangle and go to your phone.
Yeah, don't touch your phone.
Don't be
now.
like Cappy when he drives and on his phone the whole time.
Yeah.
Plus, we got What You Need to Know, and the Homish book is here. Okay?
Yes, okay.
Yes. A Live Imaging Tuesday continues. 2 minutes from right now, more Sedano and Cap on 710.
You know it is Super Week on 710 ESPN. And this is like a giant office with all of you, our great 710 listeners. And in offices, we do Super Squares, Jack. Thanks to our friends at Islands Restaurants for the Island Super Squares this week for Super Week. I'm an island boy. You win 2 Super Squares that could win you fabulous Islands gift cards on Super Sunday. 2 Super Squares on our Island Super Board in the studio at 877-710 ESPN. Island Super Squares for Super Week, made possible by Islands. Islands Restaurants, your local paradise.
.602 on a Live Imaging Tuesday on Sedano and Cap. Don't forget, we'll get to What You Need to Know here in just a moment.
We
Thursday.
were just talking skin. You missed that.
Well, I didn't. I was here.
I'm saying the
heard it.
audience.
Yeah. It's a whole conversation between, Laura, the queen, and George, the expert in skin.
Not expert at all.
He's got great skin.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why he's an expert.
No, but I'm not an expert. I'm lucky.
It's like a young John Cicada.
I'm just lucky.
Ooh, John Sakata.
John Cicada, man. John Cicada. Om Young Masuk sent me a little. I sent it to Chris. A little young.
I posted
John
on my
Cicada
social last
meme.
night.
Masuk.
Yeah.
I love it. I love Cicada. Cuban Bolton. Anyway, join us Thursday at the East Central Hotel, Cappy and I's home away from home. It's a very special day in the Southland. 2/8/24, a celebration of legacy that will be unveiled in greatness forever. It starts at 1 o'clock at the Nixo Lounge, which is the second floor lounge. That's the balcony overlooking Fig. You want to be there. Mason and Ireland, and then, of course, us. Sedano and Cappy. Although I'll probably be part of their show that day, too. I believe we're combo plating it. So I think we'll start at 3, and we'll walk you up, and we're hopefully going to carry the ceremony live here on 710. We're still figuring that out. Join us in celebrating a day that we will remember forever. Ticket giveaways. We will have a pair of tickets to be in the building on Thursday night as the Lakers take on the Nuggets, plus exclusive merchandise, food, drinks, and more. Special thanks to our friends at Anheuser-Busch and Michelob Ultra for celebrating with us. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. So be sure. The rain will clear out tomorrow. Be sure to be with us here in downtown L.A. on Thursday at the Nixo Lounge at the East Central Hotel. Meanwhile, it is time for What You Need to Know.
Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are.
Take it away,
What was that?
You heard him.
Yeah, you heard me.
You heard him. Take it away. That's what he said.
Okay. Well, earlier today, the Lakers said, or actually, I'm sorry, not earlier today. Later this week, Thursday, the Lakers will finally unveil the long-awaited statue of team legend Kobe Bryant outside of Crypto.com Arena ahead of their matchup against the Nuggets.
I didn't know this.
What they announced is they're going to be wearing their extremely popular Black Mamba alternate uniforms before the game, or for the game on Thursday. So there you go.
You know, I know that this is a very special occasion on Thursday.
Right.
I too have a special fit.
No,
for
please,
Thursday.
Please,
no, I
please,
do.
Please
I do.
Don't do something dumb.
No, I'm not doing anything dumb. It's just that I think I may have told you this, but over Christmas, I received a very special gift.
Right.
Okay. I got these Travis Scott Nikes, and I've been kind of showing them off to everybody. Like, hey, check these out. They are fire, aren't they, Big D?
They some ice, man. They fire.
Oh yeah, they're total ice and fire. Fire and ice is what they are.
You got some heat on your feet, man.
Yeah, you know it. And
I got
freezing.
some heat on your feet, sucker.
Right. And the thing is that I put these things out on Twitter, and I said, "Yo, check these dogs out, dog." And so people started to hit me up. Like all the sneakerheads started to hit me up, and they were like, "Yo, man, I think you got duped because I don't think that they released Travis Scott's with the black and the white and the gray." Then I started to get from people going, "Oh no, dog, you got the unreleased version
there you go,
of
Cappy.
these Travis Scotts." Now I don't want to wear them if it's wet outside.
That was my canned laugh, which I like. You know what that's from?
Tell me.
That's from the day. That's from the day where you know.
I love that laugh.
Where I
I'm
mounted
sorry.
you?
No.
Was that the day that we put down the 22-inch glizzy?
No, but same place, but different day.
Okay. Was that when we double dump trucked Mason?
No, that's when the guy said you were a bad guy.
Oh, which guy said who was a bad guy?
You.
Who said I was a bad guy?
Yeah, no, Joey Fatone over there.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
He said he's a bad guy.
You.
And then you laughed like that.
I didn't realize no, that was before that happened. I didn't realize what was coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, I'm telling you right now, I'm breaking out these unreleased Travis Scott Nikes on Thursday on this Kobe Day.
That's right.
You feel me, Big
By
D?
the way, that is not open to the public. People should know that.
That's
not
why
open
you
to
should
the
come
public?
and party with us.
Right. The statue situation is not open to the public, but you can come with us and hang out with us across the street at Nixo.
Right.
At the East Central. But the actual statue unveiling is not open
The
to the
ceremony's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
I see that they've built like a whole big tent out in front.
public. Right. That's for the people who are going to be allowed in there.
Yeah, which, by the way, I mean, I guess the tent concept is that we
Yeah, you
assume
need a
it's
ticket.
going to be raining.
You can't just like walk up in there and say, I'm Cappy, and they're just going to let you in.
Right. Wow, that sucks. That's too bad.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of room, but I guess not underneath the tent.
Yeah.
You know, so Nixo's going to be the place to be.
Correct.
You know, Chris and I will do our workout early in the morning in the brand new gym at the East Central. Mm-hmm. And then, by the way, are you doing the workouts that I sent you or not? Yes or no?
I've been doing the stuff I've been doing. I don't have time to go onto an app that gives me 50 workouts in a day.
Let me tell you something right now. It takes you 15 minutes to do it, and it's going to put your body back together, all right?
My body's just fine.
No, I'm trying to rebuild your body.
Rebuild this.
Okay, maybe I will.
You know, who are you to rebuild anything?
Well, I'm not anybody. I'm just a guy who passed along an app to you to help you rebuild your body.
I appreciate you. Sedano and I rebuilt your career.
Okay.
Don't
well,
worry
now
about it.
and now I'm trying to rebuild your body so that you can enjoy this career that you've rebuilt.
My body's a wonderland, as somebody once said.
Oh, really? Who?
Yeah.
Who said that?
I'll get you a list.
Okay.
You want it chronologically or alphabetically?
Yeah, I'd like it chronologically, not alphabetically. Anyway. What do you,
By the way, you want to know what you need to know as well?
what?
That ESPN, Fox, and Warner Brothers Discovery are doing a joint venture where basically you know how there's been a lot of talk about ESPN's going to do an over-the-top app, right? Which means that, right now you get ESPN Plus, which is kind of like a lot of the UFC stuff and like not the stuff that's necessarily on ESPN or ESPN2, et cetera, et cetera. You can get they're going to have an over-the-top service, right, that will allow you to watch it even if you're a cord cutter, right? So they've done a joint venture with Fox Sports and with Warner Brothers Discovery.
A JV.
So there's going to be like a super app for sports, basically. And all three are going to, split the cost and the revenue and all that stuff. And you're going to be able to get ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, ESPN News, ACC, SEC Network, all the ESPN channels, plus Fox, FS1, FS2, plus TNT and TBS, and all the stuff that they do on Sports 2, True TV for the tournament and all that stuff as well on one app. That's going to roll out in the fall of 2024, announced today.
Wow. That's a serious piece of business
So if
right
you're
there.
a sports person, like that super app is what you're going to want.
Wow, that's awesome.
And by the way,
Yeah.
it's just like cable now, isn't it?
Well, I mean, dude, I still have cable.
Well, so
at
do
my
I.
house.
I have
So do I.
DirecTV.
I still have. Okay, well, is DirecTV? Would you call that cable?
Yeah, it's satellite.
Okay, so that's different. So
It's the same thing, though.
No, but think about it. Like all the different ways. There's cable, then there's satellite, then there's streaming, and we all were thinking, well, I'm going to get rid of cable because I want to save a whole bunch of money. And now what we can see is that if we buy more and more streaming packages, we're actually spending more than we're spending on cable.
If you keep your cable or DirecTV, you still have all those channels anyway.
Right.
So you don't need to get the super app. It's for people who cut the
It's
cord.
for the direct to consumer.
Right.
My question, though, is this. Like, if I were to completely eliminate my cable, what would I do for my high-speed internet?
You have that through a cable company.
Right.
Do you have your high speed through DirecTV?
No, I have it through Cox.
Okay, so you keep that.
Right, but they also offer like phone service, so you just keep that part of it.
I don't have phone service.
So, for
I don't have phone
instance,
service.
downstairs in my house, I have DirecTV internet.
Okay.
Upstairs in my office, I have Direct Pipe Spectrum, which is a separate. I don't have cable with that or phone or anything. It's just internet.
just straight internet.
It's high-powered, high speed for my office.
Okay.
So, you could do that.
I guess I could do that.
Yeah. Now, it's a little bit more expensive if you just get straight internet from these companies because they want you to bundle everything.
Right.
But it's worth it.
Okay. Okay, I got to figure that out.
I don't know. What's so hard to figure out? I'm confused.
Well, I mean, first of all, here's the first part of the problem.
And doesn't
okay?
doesn't your radio show air on one of the cable companies?
It does.
So
It's
why
my-
don't you continue to support them?
Well, that's why I do it.
Okay.
That's why, of course, I continue to do that.
Yeah.
So if you have
Don't be a
Cox,
bad guy.
Well, I'm trying to be a good guy. If you have Cox or Spectrum Cable, yes, you can get my podcast on television, on cable TV in San Diego and Orange County, Georgia, in your neighborhood in PV, and in Santa Barbara. So you can get the podcast on television. So that's why I keep Cox Cable in my house.
Right.
You know, I want to keep supporting these guys because that's where the podcast actually airs on actual television.
Go
but
ahead.
you know what it's like when you say to somebody, they go, hey, I hear your podcast is on television. I go, yeah, you got Cox? No. You got Spectrum? No. What do you got? DirecTV? Oh, you can't see it. But now I cut the cord. I don't have it. Well, then you can't see it either.
Can't they just? Why don't you just post what you give the cable company to air on YouTube?
I do.
Okay, so just tell them YouTube.
I do.
Okay,
All right.
this was great. This was great
This
content.
was actually very helpful.
Yeah.
Rebuild this.
This was actually very, very
For
helpful.
what? Who's it helpful for?
It helped me. It helped me make a decision. Guess what I'm doing? I'm keeping my cable.
All right, there you go,
about
Captain.
that?
But for those that don't, there's going to be the Super Sports app. So
Okay,
there you go.
the Super Sports app.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called,
They
but
should just call it the Super Sports app.
I mean, maybe.
The
It's pretty
SSA.
catchy.
So
Yeah.
the Walt Disney Company bought a lot of 20th Century Fox, but they left Fox Sports, Fox News, FS1 one. I wonder if now we're going to go get all that too.
I don't know.
I like the way you say we.
Well, we're still part of the Walt Disney Company.
I
Good
like
Karma Brands is one of its biggest audio partners.
I like that.
Yeah.
We. You should go do that deal. I mean, you don't have anything else going on, do you?
Speaking of deals, Cappy,
I hate you.
the Washington Commanders did a deal with Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah.
And everyone now all of a sudden assumes that Cliff Kingsbury, because Caleb Williams said that's my dog
That
on
is his
social
dog, huh?
media, that Caleb is somehow going to end up with the Commanders. I don't necessarily think that's the case. First of all, the Chicago Bears control that pick, right? Or the possibility of getting Caleb Williams if he is indeed going to go number one. And also, did Caleb Williams get better under Cliff Kingsbury? Because I don't know if that was the case.
And even though that's his dog, I mean, did they have like some fatherly, coachy.
Maybe.
playerly.
I don't know.
I don't
know.
either. Like,
But I would say that you could make the argument that there were ways that Caleb Williams regressed last year under Cliff Kingsbury.
The other thing is this: is if I'm Caleb Williams, and you guys tell me, do you want the pressure of playing in your hometown?
Right, because he's a D.C. kid.
You're right. You grow up in D.C., and now all of a sudden you're like the number 1 overall
You're
pick.
the savior. You're LeBron.
Exactly.
You're LeBron in Cleveland.
Exactly right. Yeah. And I'm not really sure that I'd want that, because I got all my boys and I got all my people, and I go back to my hometown. I'd actually
Lonzo with the Lakers. It didn't work out the way they thought it would.
That's right, yeah. So I'm not really sure it's the greatest fit, but obviously they need a quarterback. I mean, everybody at the
they're
top
going
of
to
the
take
draft.
a quarterback.
Of course.
They're going to probably take Drake May or Jaden Daniels or one of those kids. Yeah.
Well, I'm waiting. Now that I'm a Patriots fan, George.
Oh, that's right. You're going to hope that they get one of those guys.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Which, I like that kid from LSU, even though I've never seen him
Jaden
play.
Daniels.
Right. Yeah, I've never saw him play.
I like Drake May.
Not one guy.
I think I would go Caleb, Drake May, Jaden Daniels. That would be me.
Any of those
That'd be
three
my
work
ranking.
for me with my new Patriots.
Yeah.
Now that I'm a Patriots fan.
Yeah. But I thought it was interesting. And then Dan Orlovsky said that the Raiders have no shot if they don't trade up and draft for a quarterback.
Well, I mean, they don't have a shot if they don't have a quarterback. That's the story.
Right.
Listen, everybody thinks that because Jim Harbaugh shows up, the Chargers go from being a team that's 5-12 to a team that's 12-5, and they think that because now you have a coach and you have a quarterback.
Yeah. Was that Lindsay breathing?
I don't
Sorry.
know. Is that this whole time I'm looking
my
at Chris
mic must
thinking
be up
that
really
he's
hot.
breathing.
Sorry.
I'm looking at, and then I'm backing away from the mic, going, "Is it me?"
Sorry, my mic's up really hot. Sorry, my bad.
So I'm trying to figure out who the hell's a heavy breather here.
So are we saying Lindsay's a heavy
We have
breather?
decided
No,
that
I just
Lindsay's
had,
a
I
mouth
had my,
breather.
I had my mic.
I
up
didn't have my
because
headphones
during
and I
the
was
break.
typing up
Sorry.
some spec stuff for us. And
I will turn my mic.
What was it like?
It's
Like-
okay. We were just wondering who it was. And then I realized, because he shut up for a second, I looked at Chris and I'm like, it has to be Lindsay.
That's amazing.
She's like doing yoga while she's, we're sitting there waiting for her.
I'm not
rope.
breathing that loud. Let's be
Yeah, no, it was
serious.
really loud.
We're just joking with you, Lindsay. It's okay. So anyway, Cappy, Raiders, yes.
Yeah.
So you say Jim Harbaugh's not going to make them 12-5. Why wouldn't they?
No, no,
Andrew
no.
Luck went from like whatever it was, 2-14 to like 11-5.
No. What I'm saying is that the Chargers, as an example, have a chance to turn things around quickly,
Right.
because they have a coach who's been successful,
Yeah.
and they have a quarterback who's already shown that he can put up big numbers.
Yeah.
He hasn't proven to win yet,
Right.
but he's put up big numbers, and
has.
people generally regard him as one of the top young quarterback talents in the NFL. If you're the Raiders and you have a defensive-minded head coach, and by the way, you had a hard time hiring an offensive coordinator. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure who the Raiders hired as their offensive coordinator, because Kingsbury was supposed to be
It was
the guy.
Luke Getsy, the guy who was the coordinator at the Bears, who honestly...
Horrible.
I mean, they were pretty bad
Yeah.
offensively.
But let me tell you something. Luke Getsy was like choice number 4 or 5 for the Raiders.
Yeah.
And that's not me just saying something
No, that's reality.
with some flimsy
Because
opinion.
they wanted your guy. They wanted
Right.
Kingsbury. And then Magic Johnson apparently made the call to get Kingsbury to go to the Commanders. Although Ben Johnson, the Lions guy, he dismissed the Commanders when he canceled his meeting. He's like, a bunch of basketball guys. I mean, listen, the last time the Commanders had a guy who was a basketball guy, they were winning Super Bowls. The guy who used to own the Lakers. So, the Cook family.
Yeah, you're taking me back into some history here. I had to go just start doing some things. I was like, Dan Snyder played basketball?
Yeah, no.
No, he didn't, huh?
He owned the Lakers and the Kings before Dr. Buss.
I understand that, but that's some deep
But
history.
what
right
I'm
there.
saying is that Washington team won Super Bowls with him as the owner.
Yeah. It is Cliff Kingsbury. The Raiders offered that job to him, and I didn't realize the story about Magic Johnson making that call.
Yeah.
That's a good story.
Yeah.
Did
He's
Magic-
the one. He picked up the phone. He's like, Cliff, you got to come over here.
Mm-hmm. I
And
got you.
Magic saved the day.
Well, listen. Let me tell you something. That's going to save Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
Because Dan Quinn, he's another guy that
He
was
needs
like
an offensive coordinator.
big time.
Yeah. But Ben Johnson dismissing those guys, they're basketball guys.
How about that?
Josh Harris. Josh Harris also owned the Flyers, too. It wasn't like is he a hockey guy,
Yeah,
too?
that's right. I don't like these hockey basketball guys. I like football guys.
I mean, what
Football.
are we doing there?
Football guys.
That's your guy, the Lions.
I love my guy, Dan
Ben
Campbell.
Johnson.
I'm a Dan Campbell fan.
Ben Johnson.
I thought he was like a sprinter.
Yeah, he was a sprinter for Canada. Yeah, different Ben Johnson.
Different guy.
Yeah.
Didn't realize
This
that.
is not the guy who was using PEDs during the Olympics.
Did not know that. Thought it was the same guy.
Different guy.
Different dude.
I mean, you would have thought that guy was the offensive coordinator for the Lions.
Different Ben Johnson.
I mean, listen, Canada's very close to Detroit.
Well, not only that,
I mean,
but
Windsor
also,
and Detroit are very close.
but it's a speed thing. You know what I mean? I got to have speed on the outside, so I hired Ben Johnson as my offensive coordinator.
Yeah. Speaking of speed, you're
Yeah.
going to be throwing a pass to Reggie Wayne, and Ed Reed is going to try to intercept you while you're at Yamava this weekend.
If anybody missed what happened in the 5 o'clock hour, Super Bowl champion and future Hall of Famer Reggie Wayne, who used to catch his passes from Peyton Manning, agreed on the air that when you see that Peyton Manning commercial where he's throwing beers to everybody in the bar, that's what I'm going to do this upcoming Sunday at Yamava. Let me tell you something. You got Ed Reed, a Super Bowl champion. You've got Reggie Wayne. These two guys were college roommates. They're going to be there. You have the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, the Bud Light girls. You have 4 incredible restaurants. You've got a great bar with all kinds of craft beer. And we're going to have the big game on. And oh, by the way, I'm going to give away $1,000 as the afternoon goes on. And if that's not enough stimulation for you, millions of slot machines and table games and everything that you expect from Yamava. Listen, if you have not yet made your reservations for this Sunday, go to yamava.com. That is the place to make your reservation. But make your plans, because we're going to have a, Chris, can I take this? A party, oh party?
Party, oh party.
You know it, sucker. This upcoming Sunday, the big game, giving away $1,000, got Super Bowl champs in the house, Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, and I'm throwing beer passes to Reggie Wayne at Yamava at the 909, the greatest sports bar on the planet. We'll see you this Sunday at Yamava Resort and Casino.
Yes, happy birthday to the one and only Bob Marley.
Oh, you gonna watch the movie?
Yeah, definitely. Live Imaging Tuesday with Shankap.
How old would Bob Marley be today?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Well,
Got to be in his 70s.
he was born in 1945.
Okay.
We
so
lost him in 1981.
70,
so that would be 80.
80,
78, 79? 79.
Right, right. That was good math right there on the air. You just heard our brains working.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's 79. And, you know, Bob Marley died in his, I want to say in his late 30s, I think.
Well, he was born in 45. He died in 81.
Okay, I can't do that. That's hard.
So you were right, late 30s.
Oh, okay. See, I was right.
Yeah. Yeah, the movie's interesting. It's gotten good reviews. So I'm curious to see it.
Anybody watch the Grammys the other night when
No.
No,
Trevor,
I just saw the Jay-Z stuff online.
when
And I
Trevor
just saw
Noah-
when Taylor Swift insulted Celine Dion.
How'd she insult her?
I mean, did she insult
I didn't
her?
see any insult. What did she do?
let me
She
ask you,
grabbed the trophy, didn't acknowledge
let
her.
me ask you a question.
All right,
if
go
we
ahead.
were accepting radio awards, let's
Yeah.
just say we were NBA, NAB Marconi level.
Okay.
Which I think if they sampled the show for 10 seconds, they realize we're not.
Right.
And I don't know, Mike and the Mad Dog were giving us an
About
award.
phenomenal.
Oh, Jim
Jim
Rome was
Rome.
giving away the award.
Right.
You'd bring it in for Jim Rome.
You would,
Oh, yeah,
you would
for
hug
sure.
him. You would say, "Hey, Jim, you paved the way for us to be able to do what we do. Thank you for all your contributions to the format, the space.
Yeah.
Love you, brother."
Jim, thanks for letting us throw frisbees in the studio.
Right.
Yeah.
See that catch?
Yeah.
That was a good catch.
Yeah.
Well, you know, some of us that are part of this show.
Yeah.
We're doing 2 shows a day back when Rome was doing traffic. That's
Okay.
been published in a book. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's an inside joke. Anyway, you would say something,
Did you
right?
get that, George?
Even at the Mandy's, we acknowledge each other, people that accept awards. If you grab an award from Michael Thompson, you're going to acknowledge him.
Yeah.
Right?
So what did
So
I,
for
what did
her,
I miss? I didn't.
she didn't-
Celine Dion
she just grabbed the
presented,
trophy
and she
and
just
then-
grabbed the trophy and didn't acknowledge Celine Dion at all.
Was this for album of the year?
And talk about the fact, I believe so. Talk about the fact that Celine Dion is one of the greatest female artists of all time.
She's a diva.
Yeah.
Like one of the real divas.
And she's also a very sick woman now, we know.
Yeah.
So it just, again, you put that juxtapose to the, who was the comedian at the Golden Globes that she basically made that face when Joe Kwan, right?
Oh, yeah.
When he made a joke, which was Taylor Swift's on TV constantly during NFL games. It's pretty common, and she made a face, like a scowl. Who are you?
She's Taylor Swift.
Okay, but have a sense of humor.
Yeah, come on, girl. I mean, you're a Travis Kelce. I mean, he's pretty funny.
Until he breaks your heart, and then you write a new album.
Oh, really? He's going to break her
Or
heart?
she's going to break his heart. You never
That's
know.
right. Or something else.
Would he write an album?
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Yeah, him and his
He and
brother.
his brother,
do.
right. They can do like a whole holiday album.
Just do a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess I didn't see that part of it. I guess I must have missed that part
Oh,
of
I
it.
guess you missed it.
I guess I did.
Well, you only have like 7 women in your life, meaning between your daughters, your girlfriend, your accountant.
Right.
Like, none of them mentioned this?
No. And the Trevor Noah thing, he was sitting there with Bob Marley's son, with Ziggy Marley.
And I say that because women are usually more on top of pop culture than somebody like Cappy.
But in this case, I've already seen We Are the World on Netflix, so I feel very on top of
It's
stuff.
called The Greatest Night in Pop.
Well, it was great.
It was great. A phenomenal
Phenomenal.
phenomenal documentary.
Hey, so I don't know if George last week when I told you, I think it was Friday, I guested on Rome, and I think I blew.
Well, it was JT the Brick.
Right. Yeah.
Right, who was hosting, yeah.
And I blew it. I said that it was his last show on CBS Sports Radio or CBS Sports
And I
Network.
said, you better be sure when you say that.
Right. So
You said this on the air.
Right. I
Yeah.
said it all on the air.
Oh, good.
And so today, Rome goes on the air and he announces that he's done at CBS Sports Network and that he's moving his TV show to Twitter. And I was like,
Oh, yeah, I saw that news the
yeah.
other day.
So what
I just thought he was doing 2 shows.
No, so what I meant was when I said it was his last show, that his studio that he had down in Costa Mesa, that's it. They shut it all down. So that's what they were doing, is that was the last day.
Well, where's he going to do
of
the radio
that-
show from?
Well, he said that he's like putting together a whole new studio, I guess.
Well,
with
they're going to
Twitter.
do the radio show on Twitter.
So there's no more radio network, though?
I don't know, man.
I don't either.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Oh, my God.
I love Jim.
So do I.
I love his manager. We all love Craig.
Yep.
He's amazing. But, you know, it is what it is, man.
Hey, Craig listens every day, man. Craig is a huge Sedano and Cap fan.
Not a fan of yours.
Well, he's a fan of the show.
Fan of the show.
He may
Big
not
fan of
like-
mine.
I don't know about that.
No, huge fan of
He
mine.
actually told me you're a bad guy.
No, he didn't.
He did.
No.
In fact, you know what he said to me?
No.
He goes, the fact that Morales calls you a scumbag is interesting because he's a scumbag.
Well, he might know I'm a scumbag, but listen, great big fan of mine.
Yeah, you think so?
I know so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he came up to me when we were at the convention in March.
Told you, big fan.
Listen,
He was lying to you.
Maybe. This is so inside baseball.
Yes, it is. But it's also 6:30.
What does that mean?
It just happens this
People
way.
are sitting in traffic.
Yeah, it just happens
As your
this way.
eyes turn red
Right.
and
Take a look at 'em.
the
Take a
sun
look at 'em.
starts to set on
Take
the
a look.
Southland,
Take a look at 'em right now.
people are still sitting in traffic.
Sitting in traffic and perhaps loving their Subaru, Cappy.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Hey, George, nice work out of you, man.
Professional.
Nice work out of you. Hey, I'll tell you something about Subaru, by the way, is that when you look at this brand new Subaru Solterra, I've been promoting this vehicle for a while. I was driving around in one for a long time, and man, do I love this vehicle. Here's why. Because the Subaru Solterra is luxurious on the inside, but rugged. So it's got all the safety features that you would expect from a Subaru vehicle, and especially one that's rugged and versatile. It's got 0 emissions for those of you guys that really care about the cleaner environment. For me, I like the 3 inches of ground clearance because I like to maybe go off-road a little bit. So if you're going to go up into the mountains, it's really perfect for that. You can have your kids in the car and you can just feel super confident with that standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. These are vehicle terms right now, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know about all this kind of stuff, right? Vehicle terms we're talking here. You got everything in this car. It's comfortable, it's roomy, it's perfect for hauling the family, pets, all your gear, in-car media and technology, everything you would expect, Starlink multimedia, Apple CarPlay, Wi-Fi. It's got it all in the brand new Subaru Solterra. So here's what I want you to do. Go to your local Subaru retailer anywhere around LA and say, my man Cap says, I got to try and drive the first electric SUV from Subaru. That is the Solterra. And we all know this. Love. It's what makes Subaru a Subaru, and now that love is electric.
You know it is Super Week on 710 ESPN. And you know, this is like a giant office with all of you, our great 710 listeners. And in offices, we do Super Squares, Jack. Thanks to our friends at Islands Restaurants for the Island Super Squares this week for Super Week. I'm an island boy. You win 2 Super Squares that could win you fabulous Islands gift cards on Super Sunday. 2 Super Squares on our Island Super Board in the studio at 877 710 ESPN. Island Super Squares for Super Week, made possible by Islands. Islands Restaurants, your local paradise.
And Patrick Mahomes also grabbed the mic and everybody booed him. Now here's a question for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the booers?
They're Raider fans, probably.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You see, everybody thinks that 49er fans are already in Vegas. Bro, it's Monday. Okay, it's Monday.
Yeah, it's the Raider fans.
Right. The Raider fans, who are the same people, they're like, hey, look, I live in Vegas. I'm a Raider fan. I'm going to go check out these festivities. I'm willing to pay money to sit in the stadium and watch these festivities.
How much does that stuff cost just to get in there?
I don't know, man, but I mean,
It's probably like $20, $25, $30.
Oh, I would think it'd be way more than that.
Really?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Raider fans are not loving the fact that the Chiefs, the dominant AFC team, the dynasty of this era, especially if they win this Super Bowl, Raider fans don't like the fact that the Chiefs are in their stadium, using their practice facilities, using their locker room, because they're a division rival.
$30.
Oh, that's not bad. $30, not bad. So I don't think this was Niner Nation booing the Chiefs. I think this was Raider Nation booing the Chiefs.
Oh, no, it was. It was absolutely Raider Nation there that was there. I mean, they let it be known. It was on social media after the fact.
But if you say the Chiefs are relishing the heel role.
Yeah, Chris Jones was definitely talking about it. I saw him. I saw the Kelsey thing. Mahomes was talking about it too. And Chris Jones brought up an interesting point. He's like, we've only won 2. It's not like we're like the Patriots who won a bunch of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but you've been in 6 straight AFC championships.
Right.
And you're in Vegas, which is a rival city.
Yeah.
So you have been destroying everybody in the division.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of being a heel, let me just tell you guys something. Last night, I got done with the Laker game.
Yeah.
Right? And the Laker game, you know, honestly,
It's a good game.
I wasn't even going to watch the second half. I really wasn't.
It got good.
Because it was such a blowout in the first half. I thought, I'm not even going to watch the second half. Well, thank goodness I did.
Right.
And amazingly, you know, Charlotte made a crazy run at the end of the game. And I was like, oh, my God, they've gotten it down to like 3 points. This I better not go anywhere. So I got done watching the Laker game. And, oh, by the way, Anthony Davis in the post game let the braids go. DeAndre, I see that you've decided to change up your braids now.
Just a little bit, yeah. Just a little bit.
A little tweak.
Anthony Davis let his go, and I mean, poof, just monster fro, dude.
Oh, he's got a real afro.
Yeah, and then he put on a baseball cap, and then it looked like he was wearing like Mickey Mouse ears. You know what I'm saying?
I can do that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if I take my braids out, I can
You
rock
should do that, man. It looked good. It looked really good. I put out a
I
tweet
don't
last
know,
night.
man.
No, you don't
I
think so?
I don't know if it looked good on me.
So I got done watching the game. I got done watching all the post-game stuff. And then I'm flipping channels last night. I'm sitting on the couch and I'm flipping channels. That was because my girlfriend made a meatloaf last night. By the way, I told her, probably the greatest thing you've ever made. She only really makes salmon and rice, you know? She made this meatloaf last night, George. I swear to God, I almost ate the entire thing. Unfreaking believable.
Yeah.
So now we're sitting on the couch and we're flipping channels. You know what I ran into last night?
What?
WWE Monday Night Raw.
Okay.
Okay. I haven't watched wrestling in a really long time. I mean, a really long time. Tell me this. Who's the world champion in WWE?
Roman Reigns.
No. Good guess. No.
Well, no, he's one of the champions. isn't he?
Yeah. Who's a world heavyweight champion? That's a better question. I'll be more specific. I didn't know this. No, it's not. He's got some other title. I
Oh,
guess.
Seth Rollins, right?
Seth freaking Rollins to you, buddy. Okay? Seth freaking Rollins. So Seth freaking Rollins is there, and I decided to stop and watch all this wrestling last night. You talk about the Super Bowl in Vegas, okay? WWE is promoting on Raw last night that they're having a press conference in Vegas this upcoming Thursday. Now think about that. The Rock is returning to WWE to be in the main event on WrestleMania. He's wrestling Roman Reigns. And so they're bringing The Rock and WWE to Vegas Super Bowl Thursday to have this giant press conference. If you're Dwayne Johnson, and hey, Rock, I know you're listening and we appreciate that. We love you, buddy. You are in the wrestling world, the entertainment world, and the football world, and you're bringing it all together on Thursday in Vegas. I thought that was like the most brilliant marketing move when I heard this last night. Yeah. I don't even know why I stopped by to watch wrestling.
If he comes by the booth in one of the games I'm doing at the UFL, should I have him bring it in and just let him know Cappy says hello?
You don't even understand.
Yeah.
I hope that every UFL broadcast that you do, it would be very smart of you to rock a black turtleneck and a fanny pack, okay? A fanny pack, not across your chest, across your waist.
Yes.
So that and by the way, a gold chain on the outside.
Right.
So that if Dwayne Johnson shows up, he understands that you guys are Miami Familia. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys.
Why
we
did
gotta-
you Hispanicize that?
Yeah, well,
Why did I Hispanicize it?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to Anglicize it, so I
okay.
Hispanicized
Okay,
it.
fair.
We got a lot to get in. So it
Yeah,
is
you do?
Stella Rosa Super Week, and Wins is going to tell us about the great people at Stella Rosa, and then we're going to try to get some fun and frivolity in, and a lot of commercials. Take it away, Wins.
Thanks, Chris. So this past weekend, I picked up my favorite flavors of Stella Rosa wines to take to watch the big game, as Chris was saying. I grabbed some Stella Peach, Blueberry, and of course, who doesn't love Moscato? I know that one will probably be the MVP of my big game party. I love Stella Rosa because it pairs perfectly with all my favorite game day snacks like hot dogs, hamburgers, and chips. This wine is semi-sweet, semi-sparkling, and super refreshing, especially when it's served chilled. No matter who you're rooting for on game day, Stella Rosa wines will always be a winner. So stop at your local retailer and pick up some Stella Rosa wines to celebrate and cheer on your team this Sunday with Stella Rosa wines.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
6:40 in the Southland on a live imaging Tuesday on Sedano and Cap.
Lit.
Just like this man is. Happy birthday to the one and only. Don't get Rickrolled, yo. Rick Astley. Turns 58 years old.
Why'd you call him Rick Astley?
That's his name, Rick Astley.
No, you got to put in the T.
I did. I said Rick Astley.
You just said Rick Astley.
No, I did. I said Rick Astley.
Astley.
What do you want me to say?
Astley.
That's what I said, Rick Astley.
No, Rick Astley.
That's what I said.
You said Rick Astley.
No, I didn't. I said Rick Astley. There's a T.
Do you hear Astley?
I think he said it right the first time.
Oh, he did?
I think so.
Oh, really? Oh, dude, don't even. You have no idea.
Direct shot.
Dude, you have no idea.
Hey, by the way, Parker, direct shot.
Hey,
direct shot.
listen,
Back in the Parker, the social media room. Cut that up for the ages.
Dude.
Because that was a direct Nerf ball to the Island's Nerf ball. Island boy.
Island boy.
Right to the cheek. I hit you directly on the cheek.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 9 Islands Nerf footballs. No. I'm taking that frisbee. I'm going to light Morales up before the show is over.
I hit you directly right in the face.
Before the show is over, I light him. I've been collecting ammunition the entire show. Anyway. I'm going to light him up.
Happy birthday, Rick Astley, the legend.
Rick Astley.
It's also National Chopsticks Day and National Frozen Yogurt Day. It's also time for Big Deal or No Deal.
I love frozen
Producer
yogurt.
Lindsay, take it away.
Now I got 10 footballs.
Is Linz
You've
there?
been talking. Yeah, I'm here. I was just waiting for Cappy to make sure that he was finished,
Oh, right. Of course. It was Cappy. It was not finished, right?
Everybody, I'm sorry.
Right.
Gosh.
He's a man.
So sensitive.
Well, he just got hit direct in the
Direct in the
face.
chin, right here. I just took one.
I missed that.
You
took it on the chin.
I took 2 to the chin.
Literally.
Right.
Yeah.
And I got 10 pieces of ammo right here.
have fun.
And I'm going to light this sucker up.
I mean, go light him up, sucker.
Just try.
All right.
All right, we got 2 minutes, Lindsay.
Yeah, go, Liz, quick.
All right, so for the first time, the NBA is going to play on glass. Part of All-Star Weekend, including the entire All-Star Saturday night lineup, will be played on a state-of-the-art full video LED court that is being installed at Lucas Oil Stadium. That means the skills competition, three-point contest, and slam dunk competition, and the shooting matchup between Steph Curry and Sabrina Ionescu will take place on the glass floor. Is this a big deal or no deal? George?
Yeah, I think it's a big deal. It looks cool. I saw the renderings, I guess, of it, and it looks like a video game. Like you're legitimately going to be playing on a video game. So I think basketball, particularly like those skills competitions, lends itself to that stuff. I'm actually super excited because I'll be on the floor because I'll be doing the sidelines during the All-Star Weekend on ESPN Radio. So it'll be kind of cool that I'll be able to kind of see how it all unfolds, like kind of right in front of me. So.
Dude, I also think it's a big deal. And I'm jealous that you're going because I've already made my plans for next year's All-Star game, which is in San Francisco.
Right.
I should have gone this year to Indianapolis, but I already had something else planned. But I'm going next year. To think that it's going to look so different than just a regular old basketball floor. It's like I was watching wrestling last night. Underneath the ring, now it's not just like some mat anymore.
Yeah.
It's like a full digital video board.
Yeah.
So I'm super stoked to see what this is going to look like. And I think visually it will make the game that much more interesting.
Yeah, I agree. All right, one more, Lynn.
All right, if we have time for one more. Former USC analyst Cliff Kingsbury is headed back to the NFL, and his Trojans quarterback was one of the first to publicly congratulate him. Caleb Williams reposted news that his old coach would soon be calling plays for the Commanders to his Instagram account on Sunday, which, of course, everyone started to speculate. Will Williams reunite with Kingsbury in Washington? So was the fact that he did this on social media to congratulate Kingsbury, was this a big deal or no deal, Cappy?
What did he say?
He reposted the news.
He didn't say anything like, that's my dog?
No, he did not say that's my dog.
Oh.
He did on one of his social medias.
Okay.
He said like congratulations on one of the other ones, but
All right.
yeah, he reposted it on Instagram.
Is it a big
You're right.
deal?
He did say my dog. Congrats, Cappy. How did you know that?
Because George told me
We
earlier.
did the story earlier.
I'm going to say not a big deal. I'm going to say no deal. I'm going to say when you have a coach that you played for and he gets a big promotion, you say things like, that's my dog.
Yeah.
So I'm going no deal.
No deal either. I don't think it's going to end up really being anything, to be honest with you. So that is Big Deal or No Deal each and every day at Who the hell knows? All right, Cappy. Prize picks tonight. Before we get to dealer's choice, what do you got lined up for tonight for the folks?
So tonight on Prize Picks, I'm going to tell you guys something.
Tonight is your night? Tonight is the night?
That's the name of the song. It's my favorite song. That's right. I've decided now that I'm going in a different direction on Prize Picks because with football season coming to an end, I've decided I got to start thinking about other things. So here's what I'm going to play, and I've already put in this play. If you go to Prize Picks and you go to the app, the mobile app, if you look up at the top of the app, NFL, NBA, stay away from me, Chris. Don't take my ammunition. Don't take my football ammunition. Okay. If you go to the top of the Prize Picks app, it says NFL, NBA, NHL, college basketball. As you scroll to the right, there's a section called Specials. When you click on Specials today, George, Brock Purdy and Mbappe, the soccer player, 2.5 passing touchdowns and goals when you put the two of them together. I'm also looking at some other things, like this one. Patrick Mahomes together with Jake Moody, he's the kicker of the 49ers, 3.5 passing touchdowns and field goals made. So combining now different players, different teams, different sports in the specials section on Prize Picks. And I also want to remind everybody this. Today is Taco Tuesday, so you get a lot of other really great deals and specials on Prize Picks. And one of my favorite, I'm already playing for this upcoming Sunday, is Patrick Mahomes at 0.5 yards passing in the big game. So look, basketball season's heating up. Football season's coming to an end. Use that special section for combo plays that are going to allow you to take that winning to even greater levels. PrizePicks.com/Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. PrizePicks.com/Cappy. They'll match your first deposit 100% up to $100. So join me and the 7 million others that are all playing on Prize Picks.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Final segment of the show.
Final segment. Sorry, I was just reading something. When you hear Bob Seger, those Hollywood Nights, you know it's our final segment, Jack. And we're struggling to the finish line tonight.
Are we?
No.
I didn't think so.
I think we've had a strong six.
Oh, yeah. You're going to be struggling when Cappy pelts you with all those balls.
No, but you got to
Oh,
understand.
you stepped on it!
Oh, here we go. Oh, it's on.
That's
Here
it.
we go.
I'm staying out of the way.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, Chris has hit you
Oh,
4
he
times
got
in a row.
me. He got me.
You blocked one, Cappy. Oh, Cappy threw 3 at the same time. Chris got you again. Good block, Cappy. Good block, Cappy. Good block, Chris. He's going to the floor for reinforcements, Christopher. Oh! They just hit each other at the same time. Oh, Cappy's got way more ammo. Oh. Whoa, no, get your ass over there. Don't throw it over here. Mother bleeper. Oh, wow, right in the belly button. Cappy, you nailed him. But you stepped on it. I even left room for Bob to go.
I know, but I had gotten hit.
No, you got hit after Bob started talking.
Oh, I'm so out of breath. God, I'm in such terrible shape.
Should have a low carb day, Cappy.
Oy vey.
Final segment of the show. That was fun.
Listen to the two of us. We're both out of breath.
Yeah.
We're going straight to the top, boys. I think Lakers talk with Slee's coming up.
Oh, where is Slee?
We're getting ready to do Lakers talk.
Oh, that'd be nice. We should talk to him. Cappy, you got a dealer's choice? Because if not, I've got
Well, first he's
something.
got to breathe.
Yeah, first I got to take a little breath.
Okay.
Yo, we got the oxygen here or what?
Yeah.
What do you got? Let me hear what you got.
So, actually, I got this story. I saw this the other day live when I was watching NBA Today.
Okay.
Not today.
Yesterday.
Yeah. And Austin Rivers, former NBA player, son of Doc Rivers, they were doing a story about LeBron and Bronny. I don't remember what the hook was, but they were doing a story about that and talking about, like, LeBron wanting to share the court with Bronny. And Austin actually said this in regards to playing together, quote, "I hope it doesn't happen. I don't want to see Bronny play with his dad. I really don't. I went through something similar. It was a very similar situation, but also different. I was already in the NBA when I got to go play with him, my dad, Doc at that time, when he was with the Clippers. What happens is a lot of people start to discredit everything that you've done. This kid has been in the limelight since he was born. His first day on Instagram, he had 1 million followers. He's handled it so well. And he talks about how he's played at Sierra Canyon amongst the best talent in high school to get himself to a school like USC. And right now his numbers don't scream pro. So if he's going to go to the draft or if he's going to get picked, it'd be great to get picked up by a contending team that could help put him in a situation to develop, because he does have talent and he does have basketball IQ and he does have potential. So ultimately he wants Bronny to play somewhere else and not the pressure of playing with his dad.
So I'll just say it, okay? So Bronny James is not an NBA player.
Right now.
Today.
Yeah.
Okay?
And that's what he's alluded to.
Right. So here's the thing. I wouldn't have known that because all I heard about his entire basketball career at high school was LeBron is setting everything up so that he and Bronny can play together. And by the way, I admire the hell out of that. I wish that me and my son could have played something together. I wish me and my son could have worked together. I wish me and my son were together every day. We talk on the phone like 3 times a day. It's an awesome thing to have that kind of relationship with your son or your daughter for that matter. But we didn't really know what kind of player Bronny was in high school. We know he had all these accolades that frankly most people thought, yeah, he's only earning that because it's LeBron's kid. Okay, it's hard to be LeBron's kid.
Well, to that point, so let me read you the last quote he had on this subject. He says, on a different level, Doc is great, but LeBron James is the most popular basketball player to ever play other than maybe Michael Jordan. It would be a lot, man. I hope for the kid that he's not that he is able to not only play in the NBA, but play somewhere where he can kind of carve out his own niche and his own identity. His name is already Bronny. Everything we talk about with him always folds back to his dad, and rightfully so. He plays for USC, and his dad plays down the street for the Lakers. It's an insane situation, and the way he's handled it, I'm a fan of Bronny. I really am, and I hope he goes somewhere else. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Michael Jordan's sons, they didn't become great basketball players.
Yeah, they played. One of them played at UCF.
University of Central Florida, right. Joe Montana's son was like a walk-on quarterback at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Dan Marino's kids, nobody ever became a great
Peyton
athlete.
Manning's kid is a beast. I've heard he's a beast.
Okay, I don't know the kid.
11 years old.
Okay.
My partner on college football this year, Orlando Franklin,
Yep.
was telling me that when he was one year that he wasn't playing, like when he was 10, when the kid was 10, he had all his former teammates coach the kids like football team.
Yeah.
And he said the kid has like a wristband with 100 plays on it. He knows it by heart already.
And so there are some kids that are going to be super athletes like their fathers
Right,
or the
but
mothers.
but most aren't.
Most are not.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for Bronny because he's been set up for he's going to play with LeBron, which sounds like
and a target.
Which sounds like he's going to play in the NBA because that's what LeBron wants. I'm not saying Bronny doesn't want it, but I'm saying he may not be a good enough ball player to play in the NBA. And listen, my guess would be he's probably going to play this 1 year at USC and go to the NBA. And that's the whole thing about LeBron.
I don't think that. I think he sticks around to the
Well,
year.
I hope you're right, because the thing about LeBron is he's got this thing scheduled where if he wants to opt out of the Lakers and go find a place for him and Bronny to play together, or he brings Bronny down the street from SC and has him on the Lakers, and the rest of us are all going to be like, wait, he's taking up a roster spot? Like, we're watching Max Christie turn into a good ball player, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're really watching Max Christie grow up. That could happen for Bronny, but he's probably only going to get a shot because of who his dad is. And I'd like to see him develop more as a player and actually get a shot because he's a good player. That's all I'm saying. And LeBron, don't get mad at me, all right? Believe me, I admire the hell out of what you want. You know, nothing would be better than the Griffey brother, or Ken Griffey Jr. playing with Ken Griffey Sr.
Right.
That's awesome.
What do you think Slee thinks? Slee, what do you think about all that? I don't know if you heard any of it.
We talking about Bronny here?
Yeah. Aston Rivers says that he hopes that if he does go to the NBA, and he says, look, right now he doesn't have the numbers to be a guy who can go play in the NBA, but, if he eventually gets to the NBA and develops, that he hopes he doesn't play with LeBron because it's like a big shadow, basically. Like, let the kid carve out his own identity,
Well, I think because it will be at the absolute end of LeBron's career, that's okay, right? Let's say they play 1 year together. If Bronny's hopefully good enough to be in the league for a long time, I don't think it's going to overshadow too much as far as the rest of his career moving forward. I think it'd be unique to see. I think it'd be cool to see. And then Bronny has plenty of time to play once his pops retires.
Oh, listen, come on, stop, Slee.
What happened?
Stop.
What happened?
Let me ask you a question. You watch any USC basketball so far this year?
Well, the question wasn't, is he good enough to play in the league? So I don't know if Bronny, at least what it sounds like, he doesn't look like, or it sounds like he's going to be good enough to play in the NBA, be a real player in the NBA. So that's a completely different question. If the question is just playing with his dad because the overshadowing that Austin Rivers is talking, I think that's a different conversation than whether he's good enough to play in the league.
What do you got going on tonight, Slee?
Good answer,
Well, we got a lot,
Slee.
boys. We got a lot, boys. We
wow,
obviously trade deadline coming up here. So we'll kind of weigh how much Lakers need to prioritize LeBron versus prioritizing what happens after the trade deadline. D'Lo, last 16 games, you guys have got a chance to see what his numbers are. No guests tonight. Tonight we're going to try to take as many calls
Where's
as
Jovan?
possible.
No.
There's no Jovan?
No.
No Jovan, Cap. No Jovan.
No.
I didn't even reach out to him, too,
Boo-ha.
By the way, I'm just seeing this now.
Chris, how do you pronounce it?
Jovan Buhan? Happy birthday to the one and only Crypto Ray.
Hey, Crypto
Oh, okay.
Ray.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Slee, you want us to do a half hour with you?
Happy
You stay
birthday
as
to
long
Rick
as you want.
Astley.
You stay as long as you want.
Are you
Miles.
going to – we just threw – by the way, Slee, we unloaded on each other. Cappy and I.
There's a bunch of these like little rubber footballs.
The
in there.
Islands Nerf balls.
Yeah, I
we
didn't buy it
unloaded in a war here about 10 minutes ago.
It all played out on YouTube.
It did. And I got Cappy direct shots to the face.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I
It's
shot
gonna
him
be
right
one
in
of
the face.
It's going
and
to be
we
a bit of the year. And Mason's going to lose out again.
Right. Listen, we should nominate every nomination for Mandy's Bit of the Year. It should just be the two of us. Just to piss off Mace.
How great would that be?
Well, Mace might be in the bit of the year when you guys dump trucked him.
Oh, that's true.
The
It would
dump
still
truck
be.
You guys have a
and
good one on
Ramona's nut milk.
Oh, the nut milk. The nut milk is part of the bit of the year.
That better not win.
But it's definitely got to be a nominee, I think. So, did you try the nut milk, Slee?
No, by the time she brought everything in, and then Travis and I were done, so we left. So I have not tried the nut milk yet.
No. All right. It was
You
good.
gotta
It was pretty good.
soak the nuts overnight so that they swell up.
All right, Slee. Have a great show, buddy.
All right, y'all. We'll
All
see
right,
you
Bye,
guys.
Slee.
Happy birthday.